This is a addendum to a video I did about primaries and the process that was put in place by establishment members to confuse you and me, the voters. Now, I'm not even going to sit here and claim to be some kind of expert on all of the 50 different sets of rules put in place by the Republican committees of those 50 states. Hell, even the chairman of the National Republican National Committee sounds like a blithering idiot when he's trying to explain it. All I know is every person who is registered to whatever party, their vote should count. And the person, or the candidate rather, that has the most votes cast by all of the registered members of their party should be declared the winner. Pretty straightforward to me. Now, if you were a Democrat watching the news, you probably shake your head a little bit listening to that little blithering idiot Rachel Maddow, or that little spittle talking gin drinking Chris Matthews, or any number of other complete liberal idiots. Don Lemon from CNN, he's another one. Now, you want to talk about a biased journalist? I don't care that he's gay. I can give a damn if he's gay. But the fact that he's gay isn't going to make me not say what I'm fixing to say. You, Don Lemon, when it comes to journalistic integrity, you got none. When it comes to interview skills, zilch, nada, nothing. You have the memory of a goldfish. You can ask somebody a question, and they'll sit there and filibuster for a few seconds or a minute or whatever, knowing that you only got 90 seconds for the interview, which is pretty stupid considering you're a 24-hour news station and you get these people on for a minute and a half about important issues, and then go to, oh, we gotta let it go there because I'm up against a hard break. You ever said that, Don Lemon? And then you spend 5 minutes on commercials. You don't think we all recognize that and see it? Anyway, you, Don Lemon, as far as a journalist goes, you are crap. Now, if you're a Democrat and you're listening to these idiots on liberal television, you probably think, man, those Republicans, they sure do got a screwed up process. No wonder they're fighting amongst themselves. And you have to understand something. The democratic process is pure, unadulterated corruption in epic levels. Debbie Wasserman Schultz, she is total establishment. Her and Hillary Clinton, at the very beginning of this political season, came up with a plan for the coronation of that old, white, rich woman that has the last name of Clinton. And your process, if you Democrats think that you are somehow immune to political corruption. All you have to do is a little research, and you will see what I'm talking about. Bernie Sanders wins state after state after state after state in resounding percentages. Now, I don't have the percentages in front of me, but I know that Bernie has whooped some Clinton ass in like Washington, several other places. But she gets more delegates than he does. So, do you honestly think, you as a Democrat, do you think your vote matters? Your vote don't matter. Your vote doesn't matter at all. At least in the Republican side. And don't get me wrong, it's a screwed up process too. At least the voters get to choose, in some rhyme or reason, the candidate. Not always, but in case after case after case, Bernie Sanders has paddled that old woman's ass resoundingly in several different primaries, and she still won the majority of the delegates. How does that make you feel? Because whether you're a Republican or Democrat, or you're feeling the burn or thinking you won't get burned by Clinton, so there's two kinds of burn. There's the Bernie burn and the Hillary burn. One of them feels good, one of them won't. And then, of course, you got Donald Trump and Ted Cruz. I don't even know what John Kasich is doing. I have no idea. I think that he already knows he's not going to get reelected in Ohio because of him doing the whole Obamacare thing on Medicaid, and that's getting ready to put Ohio billions of dollars in the red. And you got Ted Cruz, who's a total establishment guy. And then you have Donald Trump. And we all know Donald Trump. We know he says what's on his mind. Sometimes he gets in trouble for that. But the fact of the matter is, we all need politicians who say what's on their mind. I'm not trying to endorse Donald Trump or anyone else. But you, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, or you're an independent, or you're just some guy eating Cheetos in your underwear watching this video, you all know and believe that one vote, one person, that should decide the race. So if you're a Democrat sitting there listening to that twit Rachel Maddow spew her rhetoric and laughing with her about the Republicans and all that, here's something to consider. Rachel Maddow is holding the truth. You know how she rustles her papers? Yeah, you ever notice that? She's the only one on TV that rustles her papers. Her and Rush Limbaugh is probably the same. But she knows the truth. And what you listeners of Rachel Maddow and Chris Matthews should understand and be infuriated about is they know the truth and they refuse to tell you about it. They tell you what they want you to hear. And that's called propaganda. So, the next time you're listening to some liberal stuff, do some YouTube. Check it out. See what they say. Do some fact checking. There is all media is controlled by a few people, like 6 families. So, doesn't matter who you look to, it's all controlled by the same people. Go to YouTube and look up a video called All Media is Fake. And it's going to show you. There's a couple videos called All Media is Fake, but it's one where a guy goes into and he shows the local news and the national news talking about happy birthday, and they're all saying the exact same sentence. Not just happy birthday, but there's about, several words after happy birthday that are exactly the same on all of the networks, on all of cable news. You think that's coincidence? It's not coincidence. They're reading what they were told to tell you. So the next time you're looking at your liberal heroes on MSNBC or Don Lemon or any of the other ones, go do your own research. Look up CNN fake news. Oh, those are good ones. You'll see Ashley Banfield and that lawyer, I can't remember what her name is, doing an interview in the same parking lot, acting like they're miles apart. And you see a red car pass one, and the red car passes the other one. Bus passes one, bus passes another one. So if you think that all the news that you get from CNN is real, you need to go on YouTube and look up CNN fake news. You'll see Wolf Blitzer. You'll see Don Lemon. You'll see Anderson Cooper standing up against a green screen like a weatherman. And he turns, he's too close to the green screen, and the digital camera bleeps out his face, and he comes back. And another note on Anderson Cooper. His mother was Gloria Vanderbilt, and he's a trust fund baby. I don't care that he's gay. I could care less. But if you, Democrats, once again, a rich white person trying to tell you the liberal news, are you starting to see it? You starting to get it now? So, anytime you hear a Democrat leader talking about some rules or some kind of political correctness or some type of affirmative action of some kind, ask yourself, because you'll be sitting there listening to these clowns and you'll instantly know how it's going to affect you. What you have to ask yourself is, how is it going to affect them? The person or people trying to put the rules in place. And you'll find almost 100% of the time it won't affect them at all. It affects you and me. So, I'm ranting a little bit here, but I'm just trying to tell you that before you waste all your wind laughing at the Republican process, which I concede is one screwed up process, do some research, find out the states that Bernie has won and the delegates he walked away with and how many Hillary walked away with, and you can take a collective dump, because it's all corrupt. Everything is corrupt. All government, all the way up from city council on up to the federal government, is corrupt. And that's about all I got to say on that one.